Trump says Putin is playing with fire as Kremlin continues assault on Ukraine. President Donald Trump on Tuesday accused Russian President Vladimir Putin of playing with fire as Moscow continues battering Ukraine in the face of Trump's attempts to broker a peace deal to end the war. What Vladimir Putin doesn't realize is if it weren't for me, lots of really bad things would have already happened to Russia. I mean, really bad. He's playing with fire, Trump wrote in a Truth Social post late Tuesday morning. The comments come as part of an apparent change in the Trump administration's approach to the Kremlin. While Trump spent the better part of his second administration leading Putin a more sympathetic view while falsely blaming Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky for triggering the years-long war, he seemingly reversed course on Sunday, unleashing a tirade on Putin in which he called the Russian leader absolutely crazy. I've always had a very good relationship with Vladimir Putin of Russia, but something has happened to him, Trump said on Sunday, adding that if Putin continued pursuing his war on Ukraine, it would lead to the downfall of Russia. Trump's change in approach comes after Russia slammed Ukraine with one of its deadliest attacks in months over the weekend, killing at least 12 people in a combined drone missile attack that struck over 30 Ukrainian cities. The Russian attack coincided with the largest prisoner swap since the start of the Russian full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022, which saw the exchange of 1,000 prisoners on the same day as Russia's massive weekend attack. Trump had rushed to announce the major diplomatic breakthrough, which was the product of the first U.S. brokered direct talks between the warring countries as Trump seeks to follow through on his campaign promise to swiftly end the devastating war. Congratulations to both sides of this negotiation. This could lead to something big, the president wrote on Truth Social, preemptively claiming that success of the negotiations he had pushed even before the stage of the swap had begun. So let's really look at the situation for what this is right here. Putin, I believe, is just playing Trump like a fiddle. Either he's playing him or Trump is afraid to actually do anything to Putin because he has something on him. Because we look at Putin. Putin came out and was like, basically, oh, Trump's just being emotional. You know what I mean? He didn't say Trump explicitly, but he said everyone's emotions are running high. People are being emotional right now. Because these guys feel like they control Trump. They feel like they can say whatever and do whatever they want. This is the largest aerial attack on Ukraine since the war began. So what is he saying to your peace talks? I mean, in all honesty, you said you're going to end this war within a day. I feel like Putin's trying to take more and more land so that it doesn't. I mean, I'm not going to even negotiate with you guys. I'm trying to take as much land as I can while I play this guy and pretend to negotiate. And then we're negotiating from the land I already took and it's all mine.
He plays Trump like a fiddle. And I need to see that dossier. I need Putin to get pissed off at him enough where he just releases whatever he has on him.
Because it's something big.
There's something.
It's something big,
bro. Because you can't just come out like that and just be kid. I mean, now he's pulling back. Now he can't be no punk. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, he's like, yo, he's acting crazy. He's doing this. He's kind of throwing insults. And then they called him emotional. I'm like, excuse my language, but that's kind of like calling him a little bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's
100%.
That's how I feel like you call me emotional. But what you say to me?
100% like call me. It's 100%.
Yeah. Like
saying that this is what's going on with you. I mean, and this all coincides with, more aggressive action out of Europe and the U.S. It says the U.S. Europe lift range restrictions on Ukraine missiles. Why it matters. Germany's newly elected chancellor, Friedrich Merz, has announced that Ukraine's Western allies are lifting range restrictions on weapons they have been supplying to Kyiv. Speaking at a local political event in Berlin on Monday, Merz said that policy shift applies to weapons provided by the countries including United Kingdom, France, Germany, and the United States. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov responded saying any such decision runs absolutely contrary to any further peace settlement with Kyiv. Merz's announcements comes amid an escalation in Russian attacks across Ukraine and criticism from U.S. President Donald Trump, who described Russian President Vladimir Putin as crazy on Sunday. So the question is, how might this decision influence future ceasefire negotiations between Russia and Ukraine? So basically, they're saying that they can strike wherever target in Russia now that they wanted to. In the beginning of the war, this has been the thing. Everyone is really the problem is everyone thinks that Ukraine has just been getting battered and beaten and it's all bad. It's because they weren't allowed to use any weapons that they got from any of the European countries or the United States outside of their previous borders. So basically, that's like saying, we're going to give United States, you guys got weapons, you're fighting Mexico, but you can't use any of the weapons outside of Texas, Arizona, or, or California. They have to cross over into your country before you can shoot at them. So all Russia was doing was basically sitting back in Russian territory and lobbing strikes into Ukraine. So you're getting hit and you can't fight back until they come into your property, until they come into your land. Doesn't make sense. Now you're giving these guys an opportunity. I mean,
remember
Biden did it one time. Biden did it once a while back. You know what I mean? But now they're saying, hey, we're going to use all the weapons now. Strike how you want to. Because they obviously see this guy's playing a game with them. Okay, you want to play games? Cool. Go ahead and strike and do what you want to do. Take back land. Hit him where it hurts. That's what they needed to been do. But I wonder how Putin is going to respond to this.
He's going to respond. He's going to go crazy, bro. Like, look, as soon as they start hitting Moscow, like hard, because they hit Moscow before.
And then what they do? Remember they dropped that weird bomb? Forget what that bomb was. It dropped. It came out into a bunch of different parts. He was trying to show off some. It was like the first, like, I forget what it was, like ballistic, something kind of missile that they have dropped like that ever.
But they're not supposed to, and those bombs are not, I think I know what you're talking about. It's a missile. They're not supposed to drop those, though, because it's like mass casualty stuff. Yep. But I mean, like, what does he have to lose? First of all, his health is declining. His country, he's lost a lot of soldiers. They've already found Chinese soldiers at the front, Ukraine. They found North Korean. They found North Korean.
I'm sorry about that.
No, they found North Korean and they found Chinese.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Facts. So, I mean, it's the beginning of World War III. I don't know how America's going to fare in this because, I mean, our military's.
We're gonna, man. I'm gonna tell you who got a problem. It's Putin. You already lost 1 million people or whatever. You're the one who's gonna have a problem.
Not really, because with desperate people with a superpower, you're not gonna just not fire your nukes.
I mean, at the end of the day,
they've already threatened it multiple times.
This is what I'm gonna say. Your economy's cratered. You've lost 1 million people. You've lost the support of your country at that point in time. So if I'm wealthy and I'm in your country and I see blood, I see you look like lunch meat to me right now, Putin. Yeah. If the world turns against you, Europe turns against you. I mean, what do you think? Okay, and people are still buying stuff from him. Europe still buys things from Russia right now. Oh, cut it all the way off. We're not buying nothing from you. Once you use nukes, who else do you lose? You lose China. China's not trying. They already told them if you use nukes in this war, we're done. We're out.
Yeah,
they're not trying to go and make China's economy will crater if the world went to all out war. China's economy is built around manufacturing.
Yeah,
everyone eats off of manufacturing.
Well, I mean, the war it's inevitable now. You know what I'm saying? Like I just need to see the evidence. I need to see the evidence because it's going to happen as soon as Trump says something super derogatory. Because he's been this is the first time I've actually seen him actually say something about him. Yeah. Where I'm like, that's kind of insulting, but they called him emotional. Tomorrow morning, by the time you see this, he'll probably say something worse. Because what Trump is, one thing he's not going to do is take an insult. Because that man ain't got,
and all they got to do is just say it to him in a press conference. All you have to do is just drop it out to him in a press conference, like, "Hey, Trump, did you hear he said this about you?"
He called you emotional,
and boom, that's all. That's all it really takes with Donald Trump, man. So I think this is going to escalate as well, especially when.
What if they drop the P video? What if the P video is real? And they got the video of him getting peed on in a hotel inside the bed that Obama stayed in. Would you still support your president?
Of course they would. They would make up us. They say it was AI. They'd say all kind of stuff. I think he has worse stuff than that.
Yeah,
I think he
probably got an Epstein video.
I mean, I won't say it with not even him. Say it's something else that has to do with those type of actions. And I don't want to go too, but I mean, just per se, who knows? I'm alleged.
They talk about they're supposed to release that Epstein stuff, and you see it never came out.
Yeah,
because you know who's all in it. Because if he wasn't in it, he would have dropped it and been like, "Look what I did for the American people." Da 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 da.
They're trying to cover it up with a lot of other things. But we're going to figure out how that turns out. I got one more for you right here.